Hello guys, my name is Balogun Christopher Shegun, and in this video I'll tell you about the types of web hosting we have. This is going to be a very short video. Okay, if you are new in the business of creating websites, you might be confused about like what hosting company should I use, what type of web hosting should I use for my clients. So in this video I'm just going to expatiate more and tell you more about the different type of web hosting we have. And you might have heard of the different type of web hosting, but you are still confused. What type of web hosting should I use for my client? What type of hosting company should I use for my clients? Okay, first of all, I recommend Hostgator. Okay, Hostgator is a very reliable hosting company. It's an international hosting company. Okay, the best part of them, what I love about them, is that they have live support. Oh my god, their live support is so good in the sense that when you chat them up, they will make sure they solve any problem you have. They solve it for you, and it's for free. Okay, except migration of websites. Okay, I've been with them for quite some time now, and their hosting company is dope. They have good customer relationship and it's very fast. Okay, so if this is the first time on this channel, please subscribe, because I'm going to give you tips about websites, how to create websites, things about web hosting and all that. Okay, let's get into the video proper. Okay, there are several types of web hosting. We have the shared web hosting, we have the cloud web hosting, we have the VPS hosting, we have the dedicated hosting. Remember, at the end of this video I'm going to give you a link to get any of this web hosting you want. Okay, so in the description of this video there's a link pointing you to the type of web hosting you want. Maybe you want shared hosting, there's a link there. You want cloud hosting, there's a link there. Okay, please use the link because it's a motivation for me, because when you use my link I get a small percentage from whatever hosting you purchase. Okay, it keeps this channel going. Okay, so let's start. Shared hosting. Okay, in shared web hosting, and guys, come, especially this is your first time, say shared hosting. In shared web hosting is a type of web hosting where you share resources with other websites on the server. You know what this means? For example, there's a particular server, you and other websites are sharing resources from that server, meaning that if a particular website is demanding more resources on that server, it automatically affects the speed of your own website too. You get this type of hosting usually slow down your website. So most times when you create websites for your clients using the shared web hosting, they'll say, web designer, my website is not fast. That's because maybe they are using shared hosting. Although other factors might affect, maybe using high quality images, you are not reducing the image size, but the type of web hosting you use matters a lot. It affects the speed of your website. It could be that on that website is requesting more resources from that shared hosting. Okay, now one advantage of shared hosting is that it's very cheap. You see, at Hostgator you can get hosting for about 2.75, that's $2.75, okay, per month. Very cheap. Okay, very cheap. But the disadvantage is that it's very low performance, and it's risky because it has very high security lapses, because other websites are sharing resources with your own. If you are creating a very high profile website, you should not use shared web hosting. Okay, so that's shared web hosting. What did I say about shared hosting? You are sharing other resources. You are sharing your resources with other websites, okay, on the server. Okay, that's about shared hosting. Okay, in cloud hosting, cloud hosting, instead of hosting on one server, just like shared hosting, cloud hosting will host on multiple servers, so that if one server fails, on that server steps in to keep your website up and running. That's cloud hosting. Okay, it's a kind of hosting where it is in the cloud. You understand? As the name implies, cloud hosting. Okay, there are multiple servers. When one server fucks up, maybe one server is having problem, automatically another server picks up the information. Okay, picks up your information to unload. It's usually fast. It's preferable than shared hosting. Okay, if you are on the budget, it's preferable than shared hosting. The price difference is just very small. Okay, see, let's go to the Hostgator shared hosting. Okay, this shared hosting plan, the cheapest plan here, which is the actually plan, is $2.75 per month. Okay, why this baby plan for shared hosting, but still cloud hosting, the cheapest plan, which is actually plan, is just $4.90. What is the difference? It's just a little difference. So if maybe you are creating a blog for somebody, I'll suggest you use the cloud hosting. Okay, I'll suggest you use the cloud hosting. You see the things that comes with it. Okay, Now, I fucked up in this video. Do you know why? Because at the beginning of this video, I'm supposed to tell you what hosting is. Hosting, in a layman's language, when you're creating a website, you can't just, like when you go to my website, nigerianlearnup.com, or you go to Facebook website, when you type www.facebook.com, there's a computer that saves up Facebook file. So that whenever you load Facebook anywhere in the world, www.facebook.com, the website loads for you. That computer that saves Facebook files on a server is called is what we refer to as hosting. So you can't just build website like that. You need to save this website file on a particular server, on a particular computer. You understand? So that when anybody try to load your website on a browser, it comes up. It runs 247. The hosting computer runs 247. Okay, so that's hosting. Please let's keep that aside. So let's go back to cloud hosting now. In cloud hosting, the advantage of cloud hosting is that it has higher uptime than shared hosting. There's increased page speed, and there's usually passive backup. Okay, for your website. Okay, actually, some people ask, okay, what is now the disadvantage of cloud hosting? Cloud hosting. For now, I don't think there's any disadvantage. The major disadvantage now that I can see is that security issues, because your data is on the cloud. But if you are with a reliable hosting company like Hostgator, you don't have to worry about security issues. Okay, so that's all you have to know about cloud hosting. Okay, so the next two, which is very confusing, is VPS hosting. Okay, VPS hosting and dedicated hosting. Some people were asking, what will be VPS hosting? What will be dedicated hosting? VPS hosting is superb. You know what I mean by superb? It's very fast. It's the closest thing to dedicated hosting. Okay? See, what did I say about shared hosting? I said shared hosting, you share your resources with other websites on the server. Okay? Now, VPS, which stands for Virtual Private Server, offers a shared dedicated hosting on a virtual machine. You know what that means? See, in shared hosting, you share resources with other websites on the server. But VPS, each website on that particular server have a dedicated amount of resources. You understand? Each website have a dedicated amount of resources. You understand? And the advantage of this is that it can handle large amount of traffic. For example, you are creating an e-commerce website for, like, let's say, an e-commerce website like Jumia can use this VPS hosting if they're on a budget, though, because it can handle large amount of visitors. Okay, it can handle large amount of visitors, very large page speed, like your page loads very fast. Okay, your page loads very fast. So if you want a VPS hosting, you can get that from Hostgator too. Okay, it's very awesome. You can get that from Hostgator too. Okay, now the disadvantage of this VPS hosting is that since the closest thing to a dedicated hosting, is very pricey. It's very expensive, and you need to have a very high knowledge of web server, because different complex configuration. Okay, and you don't have full control. Okay, of the server. You don't have full control to the server. Okay, that's VPS hosting, but it's very fast and superb. The next hosting is dedicated hosting. Okay, dedicated hosting, as the word implies, dedicated hosting, all the resources is just for your website. You don't have to share resources with any other website. It's the most secured hosting. Some people call it bulletproof hosting. So you get, the performance is superb, and you have total control of your server. The disadvantage is that it is very expensive, and you need server knowledge. You understand? You need to understand different server configuration and server knowledge to operate this type of hosting. Okay, so you see, I just ran down through the different type of hosting: the shared hosting, the cloud hosting, the VPS hosting, the dedicated hosting. If you want any of this hosting, just look at the description in the link below. You'll get a link to get any type of this hosting. Okay, so there's a video. I'll drop a video for you. I thought how you can get your hosting and your domain from Hostgator. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. Remember, do not forget to subscribe to this channel, Balogun Christopher. Okay, I'm also on Facebook. Subscribe to my Facebook page, follow my Facebook page, Balogun Christopher. Thank you.